I used to have a Cuba. That's why I don't like I'm like. I used to have a Cuba. It's fine. All right. I'll put these out now.
It's okay. You can figure them out whenever you're ready. I don't even care.
I'm ready. I think I can do it while you're doing one of my hands.
I think that is good, I guess. I don't know.
Amelia's not getting dressed.
Amelia, get dressed, please.
Holly's like, I want to take Amelia home with me. I'm like, I know. Isn't she the cutest thing ever? She's like, one day I'm just going to walk out with her. She's going to go home with me, and Cammy's going to be like, did you take my kid?
I'm going to be like, hey, just bring her back when you're done.
Bring her back.
Amelia, get dressed, please.
All nice and raised.
Hurry, and then you can come see Lacey.
Yes.
Do you want them shorter?
Just a little bit.
Just like shaped?
Yeah. I like them long. Sometimes whenever I have them long, though, then I'm like, I'd like to have them shorter. And then I'm like, they're pretty long. I like them when they're long, they're pretty.
So,
okay.
let's talk about why my kids are home for 2 days in a row.
Okay.
Let's talk about tired moms.
Yes. Let's do it.
Like your husband works out of town. Like, I bet you're tired a lot. And and my husband works in Salt Lake, so it's not like I can be like, can you take the kids to school today because I can't get out of bed?
Right.
No, I either do it or I don't.
Right.
So let's talk about tired moms. Yeah. So I work from 10 to 10 because I'm a psycho. And A, I like to work, and B, I don't like to say no. Right. And C, I like the money. So, you know. And I've kind of trained myself to like work for my husband because my husband was going to school and all these things. And so anyway, so there's that. But I am burnt out.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't love doing nails because I do. I still want to keep doing nails, but I am tired. And I don't know if I'm old or if I've got fibromyalgia or what the hell is going on, but oh my gosh, I could just sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. So there's that. And so yesterday, rewind. This weekend I was like, oh, I am so boycotting laundry. I don't want to do it. I don't want to look at it. So Riley took over because he's awesome that way. But I didn't remember. I didn't even think about it. I just assumed that he would have made sure that the school clothes got done.
Oh, because they have uniforms.
Right. And I didn't. And so he didn't do them. I didn't think about it. I didn't remind people. And so it didn't get done. So Wednesday comes around and we have got no clean clothes. And I'm like, well, I guess we're staying home today. But I'm like, you know what? I freaking need a break anyway.
Right.
I need the kids home. I don't want Riley home. I know that sounds terrible, but like he's so good that sometimes I just get too lazy.
Right.
I just needed him at work. I just needed to like deal with the kids, spend time with the kids as a mom, you know.
Right.
Without Riley home, which I know is terrible, but you know, it is what it is.
Right.
Because I want him home 90% of the time, but once in a while, please don't be home so I can do my thing. Okay. So there's that. And so then today, Oliver would not get up out of bed. And so I'm just like, screw it. But I didn't say I didn't say screw it in my head. I said the F word in my head. I was like, take that. So we didn't go to school again today. And what's dumb is they go to school another week and then they have freaking week off. Like, they need to go to school.
Yeah.
Oh my hell.
You just need those days to regroup.
And yesterday was so great. It was so great. It was calm, and we got some things done, and I worked a little. It was just so nice. It wasn't just, I mean, literally, Lace, I get up in the morning. I take the kids to school. I get up at 7. I take the kids to school. I come home. I get the babies ready. I get ready. And I'm usually cleaning the house and putting things away and doing a little laundry in the morning. And then I don't get done in time for myself. And then I do nails. I stop. I get the kids lunch. I finish getting ready because I'm never ready on time. And then I work some more. Then I go get the kids from school. Then I come home. Then I work some more. And then it's time to go to bed. Like, there's no time in the day for me to even go to the bathroom.
Right.
I'm stealing time from someone else to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Or to eat. Or to, like, I push myself like a psycho. And I have no intention of stopping. It just is what it is.
Well, do you think maybe like levels wise? Like
I don't know.
if it's, you know, like your levels maybe with
I wonder.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. That's my life.
Oh,
So we're taking
So
a me
busy.
time today, and I got to work until 10, but whatever.
oh my gosh.
But at least during the day, I don't have to go get the kids from school. So there's like an hour right there that I have extra. I have an hour today.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You can actually think straight.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. That's my life.
Gosh.
How's
well,
your life?
I don't blame you because sometimes I feel like that's what I do with my kids. We should all need a day. Or everybody's just tired and they just need to rest and they need to catch up. And I think that's better than everybody going crazy.
So do you think that you have just allergies? I bet you do.
I think I have laryngitis.
Oh, no.
But only because like nothing, like, my throat doesn't hurt. I don't feel sick. I don't, and I've been like this for a week. I just think that like my throat's just going. I don't know. And it could be allergies. But I haven't had any like usually my allergies are like my nose is running and my eyes or something, but it could be.
I have allergies terrible. Terrible. But it is,
But when I'm tired, my voice is like this. So that's what I thought for like a few days. I'm like, maybe I'm just not getting good sleep. Not for that long. But
So let's talk about what I've been listening and watching lately.
yeah, okay.
Let's see if you've listened to anything. Have you, Sammy, you're like so needy today. Chill out. No. Stop whining, Sammy. Okay, so I started listening to, can you get dressed? Did you take your medicine?
Yeah.
It's not your drink. Don't touch it. I know you were gonna. I know you thought about it. Oh, you need to brush your teeth too, man.
Good.
What?
Get dressed and brush your teeth. And take your medicine if you haven't taken it. Did you get dressed, Amelia? Oh, and clean up that mess.
What?
Good job. Clean up all the
Done.
clothing mess and the diapers. Good job, Meals. Okay, so I came across a documentary on Amazon called Walking with Tall Whites, I think.
Okay.
And it's about this guy. I think I might have told you about it. If I haven't, oh well.
Okay.
It's about
I don't
this.
think you have.
Okay, so this is fun.
Okay.
So it's about this guy who,
Wait, is it a podcast or is it a
it was a
movie?
documentary,
Okay.
and it's books. They're books.
Okay.
And it's a true story about this guy. So this guy, he was in the Air Force and stationed at the Air Force Base in Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. And he was a weatherman, and, I know nothing about the military. I know nothing about planes. I know nothing about any of this. Mm-hmm. But this was in the 60s, and he would have to go out and do, he was a weather, he would check the weather every day, the wind. So he would let off balloons and measure the wind. Well, hi, buddy, he started.
This finger grows that way. Have you noticed that? It's
Mine
weird.
does too.
This one.
Let's fix it.
Look at it.
Yeah, let's fix that. So he started having all these encounters with aliens. And at first, he didn't even realize Amelia and Elliot what was happening.
Elliot.
Be quiet. Stop running around like a psycho.
Look.
I think those are Amelia's pants. Oh well.
They fit.
Little skinny jeans.
They're actually, yeah. They look like what every other boy's wearing right now. So,
Oh well. That's what happens when you have twins. They're just your clothes.
yeah.
Okay. So he started having all these encounters with aliens, and at first he didn't even realize that's what was happening. And so because they would like hypnotize him in a way, but he started to kind of come out of the hypnotist and like started actually remembering and having the memories. And they were friendly, but but at the same time, always really cautious. Mm-hmm. And his, like, the military always, like, knew about everything, and they had code names for them, but nothing was confidential. Like, he was told that nothing is confidential. Like, he had all the clearance that he wanted, but nothing was confidential, which I thought was interesting. So anyway, I was like, this is fascinating. I'm going to go listen to these books because I want to know more information. So on doing that, I'm like totally into aliens and like interesting things about aliens. And then that just snowballed into Skinwalker Ranch. Do you know anything about Skinwalker Ranch?
No.
Lacey, this is what you need to go watch. It's so good. So I'm just going to let you that. Oh, your poor little nails. You have like no nail.
I know.
You have like the thinnest nails I've ever. Like, I know nobody that has thinner nails than you.
I know. It's the saddest.
It's so sad.
I've been getting my nails done since I was 13.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just how you are.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I take care of skin and nails religiously.
It's just, you just have no nails.
No nails, yeah.
So, Skinwalker Ranch. It's fascinating. So, and I'm totally going to murder this, I'm sure. So, the Utes and the Navajo Indians, or Native Americans, as we like to call them, people out there watching, if they're listening to this. I don't mean any. Anyway.
Right.
So, they were friends at some point, and then somewhere along the way, they started, the Utes started using the Navajos as slaves.
Okay.
And so the Navajos cursed them with the curse of the Skinwalker. So the Skinwalker is their version of a werewolf.
Oh, okay.
And it was on this specific land, and it cursed the land. Well, of course, sit. Elliot, go play your iPad. Be a good boy. We're not running around the house. Oliver doesn't understand that. So, it cursed the land. Well, of course, white people come in and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy the land and put a cow ranch on it. So they call it Skinwalker Ranch. Well, as time goes on, all this crazy stuff happens. Like, people see stuff, ghosts, like paranormal things, the Geiger counters, the EMF detectors. Oliver, I'm recording.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Look, I'm playing the piano over here.
He's not going to. So if you're going to play that, then go in the other room. Go sit and do it on my bed. But be quiet. And don't run around the house and make him scream. And don't be a psycho because you're driving me nuts. 13 years old, man.
Sometimes I'm like, how old are you? My own kids. Hello, how old are we?
So, they had all these crazy...
So what was their ranch? Like, what it was the white people's ranch?
It's called Skinwalker Ranch. They do cows. It's a ranch. Well, the cows started becoming mutilated, and they would see UFOs and EMF detections and all these really crazy things. So it's become like a high destination for like paranormal investigators and investigations. So at some point in the last couple of years, somebody has bought it and basically turned it into a research zone where people just go and research this ranch because there's so many weird things about it.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole season of episodes about Skinwalker Ranch.
So a true story?
True? All true.
Where is it based out of?
Where's Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Is it in Utah?
It's in Richfield.
What?
Yeah. So the crazy part about it is, I watched Skinwalker Ranch, and then there's another ranch, and you know how you get suggestions?
Right.
It's called Blind Frog Ranch. And it's 20 miles from Skinwalker Ranch, and the same crazy stuff happens there.
What?
Yes. So I'm like, what is going on? So it brings up the whole question. Do you believe in UFOs, Lace? Do you believe in ghosts? What do you believe in?
Well, yeah, I believe in ghosts.
For sure.
For sure. That's like a no-brainer, really, because there's way too many, I think there's way too many proofs that there's ghosts. But I do, okay, UFOs, that's a hard one for me, and aliens, because it's almost like the whole Bigfoot thing. Like, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around it actually being a thing. So it's almost like you have to, like, unless you've seen it, you have to have, like, faith that it's real. And I really think that, you know, there's been unexplained events that have happened that people have said, like, you know, this happened and it could only be done by a UFO or it could only be done by aliens. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like, if somebody was like, you have to pick yes or no, I would say yes. I believe in them. But I have doubts, if that makes sense. Like, only because I'm like, I like facts and proof, and I feel like I don't know. It's hard for me to even wrap my brain around that so much can really even happen as with aliens and stuff, and why they haven't, like, made their self more known, you know, like aware that they're around. Or do you feel like they've made their self aware and known and we're ignoring that?
Okay, so this is my opinion. Listening to this guy's story, and I mean, I'm a huge everything paranormal person. Like UFOs, ghosts, like I am all over that. I believe in the Bigfoot. And I just think that it's just a matter of time before we can get evidence.
Right.
And I think the more people are interested in it, it's going to happen eventually.
Right.
I think with the UFOs, according to this guy, and from what I kind of understand, they're afraid of us. They like our planet. They use our planet as like vacation or research. They're not really here to take over, but the government is fully aware and is not that they're trying to deceive us. They're just trying to keep the peace between everything.
Right.
Like, they don't want anybody to get hurt. They don't want the aliens to, you know, to be mean. They don't want us to do that in return. And there's so much fear because, I mean, wouldn't you just instantly be afraid if you saw one? I mean, your reaction is what the government and what the aliens are worried about.
Yeah, that's true.
Our reactions and their reactions.
I can see that.
And so, and it's interesting how much things were kept secret just because they didn't trust the aliens, according to this guy, or they didn't trust the humans.
Right.
Because they were afraid of them reacting and someone getting hurt.
Right. Well, and maybe if we were more knowledgeable about them, it wouldn't be a scary thing if we've seen them.
Well, and that's the thing, like, there has to come a point where everything has to come out and be known. But because things have kept secret and classified, would we believe it? I mean, you know, and
yeah.
And I believe too that, I mean, the government has a lot of other things on their damn plate.
Right, right. So you feel like the Area 51 is like a real
100% real
thing, yeah.
Oh yeah. Why else would they keep it secret? Like, why else would they be trying to keep it secret?
Right.
I mean, really. I mean, I get a government's level of secrecy to keep things safe, but also, like, I don't know. I just think I totally believe in all of it. All of it. Like, you're going to tell me a weird story, I'll believe it.
Right.
The Matrix, believe it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like, there's stuff they talk about the Matrix and how weird they talk about, like, the matrix of the world and how they get glitches in the Matrix. So, like, glitches in reality. So I don't know. Anyway, I believe it all. I'm a freak.
No, I don't think you are. I think you're normal. I think it's just a thing that because we don't have a whole lot of information, it's hard to like
Right.
wrap your brain around. I really think that Bigfoot is real. I just feel like there's just so many people in the woods. Like, why have we not?
But we have.
Captured it.
We totally have.
Really?
I mean, look at all the footage and all the things and all the stories that people have
Well,
about
how
them.
come no one's caught him?
Well,
Or caught it or whatever. Or
I-
them. You think there's more than one?
Oh, yeah. And like they talk about what they could be. They could be like a primate species. They could be like, and I should say they talk about, but I watch like documentary after documentary. Like, if it's going to show me a Bigfoot series, I'll watch it. I will watch it.
Yeah.
I will learn about it. I will.
Yeah.
But they also talk about them maybe being like Neanderthals or some sort of humanoid that didn't die out. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just think it's super, super fascinating.
Yeah, I do too.
And you know what? Maybe Bigfoot's an alien race too, and they're able to teleport or whatever weird,
Right.
so that they aren't detected. I don't know.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Who knows? But there is evidence. There's so much footage. I mean, there's a guy in Provo that caught Bigfoot on the mountain just a couple of years ago. Don't you remember that? Oh my gosh, I need to show you that video.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, and he was, I don't remember. I think it was like a holiday or something, and he had his camera out and he was filming, and he just like the camera. He's like, "What's that?" And there was something. They were at a cabin in the mountains, and there was something dark on the hill, and he's like, "What is that?" They're recording it, and it was literally like a Bigfoot just standing there, and they're like, "What is that?" And they were talking, and so then they went up. They hiked up to where it would have been, just to kind of see how big it was, because they kept saying it's so big, you know. Anyway, it's really interesting. You have to watch it.
I'll have to watch it.
So, have you been watching? What have you watched on Netflix?
Oh, okay. So I watched Firefly Lane.
Okay.
Super good.
Is it okay?
So good. I'm watching Georgia and Gina. Jenny, not Georgia and Gina. It was Georgia and Jenny, and way good. It's kind of like a Gilmore Girls kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, I love Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's cute. So I'm done with those, and there's another one that I was done with. But Firefly Lane is, I think it's like, I like it because it's like a best friend kind of a story plot that I think that it's just a genuine friendship. It's a good one because it's a real life kind of a show. I just like the way that they put it all together. And oh man, you have to watch it. You have to watch that one. It's a good one.
I'll get it done.
Yeah, watch that one. What was the other one that you were saying on Hulu that was... I still need to watch Outlander.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't watched that one yet. I
so
need
good.
to watch it. That's like next on my list, but Jeffrey and I were finishing our other one that we watched. But now we're done with that one. So he's like, don't watch it without me. I'm going to watch it with you.
He wants to watch Outlander. He's gonna like get into it and be like, "This is a girl show." Just kidding. I don't know. There is wars.
Yeah. He's like, I want to watch it. Funny, his mom and dad are watching it.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, racy.
It is racy.
Well, then you could see Bridgerton. 'Cause I hadn't seen that yet.
I feel like seriously, they didn't need all the sex in it. I love the series anyway. I don't need to see them,
Right.
getting their love on.
Right. It was fine.
It's such a good show. It's such a good story. It doesn't need to be all like, ugh, I don't know, Hollywood.
Right.
Hollywood, are you listening? Cool it.
Yeah. We didn't need all of that.
No.
Because some you'd like to like be like, hey, have your kids watch.
Right.
There's some that are like really good like plots and good storyline.
I mean, I think that they totally could have geared themselves to the teenagers from Bridgerton, but any parent that has an inkling about that show,
right.
good grief.
They don't want their kids to watch it.
No.
Yeah, they could have had the whole teenage scene.
Yeah, they totally could have had the teenage group. I mean, that's the thing. They limited themselves when they do that.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, anymore, parents are so removed from things.
I know,
that
it's true,
their
huh?
kids are probably watching it anyway.
It's true.
So,
well, I won't let my kids watch it. Peace out.
No, I won't either. I was trying to think of what that other one was that I just watched. Let's see. I'm going to tell you. Let's see. It was... Okay. Have you seen, and this is like kind of a controversial like subject,
Oh my gosh, I love it.
but have you seen The Murder Among the Mormons?
Okay, no, I haven't watched it, but I know all about it.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, because we should talk about it because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I started it, but I remember kind of the story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of remember it happening.
Uh-huh.
But haven't seen it. But side note, your kids should see Yes Day. It's super cute.
Okay.
It's a really cute one. Anyway, but yeah, so let's talk about that because I want to kind of know a little bit more about like the background on it because I kind of just don't remember a whole lot.
Okay, so I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
But I know about the story. I'm going to probably murder it, but it's okay. So basically this guy, and I don't know why they call them the Salamander Files or the Salamander Letters. I don't know. I don't remember why, but it has something to do with possibly where they were found.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, he decided to come up with all these Joseph Smith papers.
Okay.
So, like letters talking about the church and new scriptures and all this stuff. Well, these people were like interested in buying them, and then the church got wind and wanted them. So the church paid him all this money for these letters, right? And then a couple of like time goes by, I don't know how much long, and he comes up with more. And then they started questioning where they were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So
were they real?
No.
They're not legit.
No, they were not legit. And when they checked on them, they were supposed to be legit, right? Mm-hmm, like they did all their investigating, they did all the looking into him, and he had done such a good job. What's the word when you? I wanted to say fornicate. That's not the right word.
Like a forge, yeah, like a forgery.
He did such a good job forging these documents that they believed that they were real. Mm-hmm. But when he came up with more and wanted more money, they were like, wait a minute. So, but I know that the bombs and stuff, so then he started like bombing, but I don't know exactly why. I can't remember why he started doing the bombs, but then he started like bombing people. And so the controversy is the church, because if you believe in the church and you believe what they say and their doctrine, then it's hard, anyway, it's interesting. And so it's a controversy because of that. And I have my own opinions, and which we won't get into, but
was there really a bomb involved?
oh yeah, there was like 3 bombs.
Okay. So was that him that was bombing the...
Yeah.
So we need to watch it.
I know, we need to watch it. But that is basically what happened. It was because of these letters, you know, that he was saying they were from Joseph Smith, that he was finding or coming across. Which, to be honest, I think that happens all the time. I mean, people sell antiquities and stuff on the black market constantly. And I mean, that really... it's believable to think that there really could be more out there. But A, it was the content, and B, it was the fact that, you know, oh, well, here's some more, you know?
Yeah, I just I just put it on and was like, oh, I'm just too tired to watch it. But so I didn't get to really...
I know, and I really wanted to, like, watch it.
Yeah, like, I really want to pay attention and watch it. So I was just going to watch it and see, you know, kind of what the story was all about.
Yeah, and so, like, I don't think they realized it was the same guy, or I don't think that the church even contacted the police or anything until the bombs, or they realized it was all the same person. I really don't know, but...
Yeah, they did call them the Salamander Files, like in the very first couple minutes of the show. But
it's interesting.
Yeah.
And, like, it's interesting to think that somebody could be that good at forging that you could...
Well, the papers look old.
The papers looked old. Well, then I think that he fooled the... you know, where they test the molecules and stuff? He fooled that, too.
Wow. Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch.
Yes. Yeah, let's watch that and seriously talk about it, like,
Okay.
because we're Mormons.
Let's do.
It's good for us to have an opinion about it.
Yeah. Well, and it's good to, like, I don't know. I mean, Jeffrey says now there's going to be so many more people absent at church on Sunday because they're going to watch it and feed into it, but or you know, like, make it something that it's not or whatever instead of just taking it for what it is, you know. But I saw Behind Her Eyes. We talked about that one and seeing that one. It was good. It was kind of
look at me. I didn't do my homework.
no, you didn't. You're slacking.
Filming.
Very trippy. So you have to watch it, but it was very like psychologically weird, and I don't want to give it away. I feel like I give it away.
I will, because I've got to watch that. I've got to finish Outlander because I've got a couple of seasons. I think I'm behind.
Yes. Yeah, watch, and then The Sinner had a new one come out. It's weird too, like psychologically weird. I don't know, but
did you watch the Night Stalker one?
Yes, I watched the Night Stalker one.
So good. That one was so good.
That one was good. It was really
I love
good.
how they did it on. I loved how they didn't focus on what he did. Like, that was such a good documentary to me.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Like, they focused on how they caught him. I thought it was, and I love that. I love detective work before, like, the internet, when it was all hunches and, like, hard detective work.
Right.
I love it. Right. I mean, I know it is now too, but, like, how hard would that have been?
Well, and they work so hard. I mean, tirelessly, and hours and hours and hours.
Like, trying to get this guy off the street. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
And I loved their stories. I loved these little, not little, but, like, amazing detectives. Mm-hmm. And I love the Hispanic, you know, like I love that he was Hispanic and like, you know, and he was respected, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one. That one was a good one.
It was so good.
It was good.
Can you believe that was like the only shoe in LA?
I know.
Like, what?
The only one.
The only one.
I know.
When they said that, I got goosebumps. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I had nightmares. Did you get nightmares about him?
But I did kind of get where I was like kind of freaked out during while I was watching it.
Uh-huh. I never get scared of like someone coming in my house or anything like that. Him personally creeped me out. Him and Ted Bundy are the only people I've ever had nightmares about. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them, but I don't know, it just haunted me in a way. I don't know.
I know. I need to think more about, I did watch the night stuff. I need to think more about what it, like, recap with me on it.
So he was like so it was happening in California, and he was sneaking into people's homes and murdering them. And he didn't really have a MO. He would take children, and
he wasn't consistent.
Okay. And he didn't have like most serial killers or killers in general have like a way that they like to do it, or a specific type of victim,
right.
And he didn't. He just liked to victimize, like, in general.
Right.
And so they were having a hard time catching him because, you know, back in those days, they didn't have a way to log all these cases in a master file. Right. It was communicating with the other districts or the other police stations and police departments that were involved in their cases. I mean, that was the only way that they figured it out. But they figured it out, or they realized that they were dealing with the same guy because of the shoe print.
Yes. Okay. I do remember that.
And then they realized that he was abducting children, and that was a completely, entirely different part of the police, is the children, you know, victimized. So then they figured out that that was also happening.
Right.
So when they finally caught him, how he got caught was he was on the bus, remember? And they had finally figured out who he was and had put his face all over the news and all over the newspapers. And he was on the bus, and there was someone reading about him in the newspaper. Bus. And they were like, that's him. And he quickly got off the bus and like ended up in someone's neighborhood. And the people in the neighborhood, it was like summer, and they were outside doing things, and they basically tackled him and withheld him while they called the police.
And he was creepy looking.
He was creepy looking. He was creepy. Yeah, his teeth. The way that the children described him, I think that's what freaked me out.
The drawing that the kids were able to to say about him
It was so creepy.
I do remember, and now that you're saying that, you know that what's that show called, The Hotel Cecile?
Oh yes,
he stayed
Cecil.
there. Cecil. He stayed there. I was watching that, and they said that he stayed there at some point.
Yeah.
During that. I just watched that one too, which was also a crazy one. You should watch that. It's a true story.
I know.
One of the girls.
I haven't watched it, but I know that story so well.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Wasn't it disgusting?
We found her in that.
Those poor people that were showering and drinking the water. What in the ever living? What?
It's crazy. He was, That was a sad one.
It's so sad. Mental illness, I mean, honestly.
I know. But he even, like, swears that, like, that was, like, he was the one that was, like, hell Satan in court. Like,
Yeah.
He was creepy.
He was
looked
creepy.
He looked, like, demonic. Like, he looked
Yes.
possessed, really.
And that wasn't what scared me about him. I don't know what it was that gave me the heebie-jeebies about him.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, I don't even.
Some people just carry that, like, air, like, that aura about them. They just have it about them. Like, you just feel.
Yeah.
You just don't feel right.
Maybe that's what it is. I think we've talked about this. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like something was wrong or uncomfortable around someone, that you were feeling like you needed to get away? Or, you know how, like, people talk about, oh, I felt uncomfortable, or he gave me the heebie-jeebies, or have you ever felt that at any time in your life that you can remember and say specifically, like, oh...
I know I have felt that way before in my life, but I don't know if like a specific time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I felt that way quite a bit. But it's more, I feel like your kids also can tell. Like,
right.
So, like.
Oh, yeah. Or animals.
Or animals, yeah. So, I don't remember, like,
I don't have a specific time either.
I know. But I do remember I have felt that way before and been like, okay, we need to, this doesn't feel right.
There's a podcast called Let's Not Meet. Mm-hmm. And it's just stories that people write in, and this guy runs it and reads them.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's all about that. The whole podcast is about people getting creepy feelings about something or someone, and then, you know, at the end they say, let's not meet. You know, it's like super good.
Well, so did you, they're doing, I don't know if you heard about this, but they're doing, those are not this one, but this one. They are doing background checks now on Tinder. You can pay for a background check.
Wow.
On Tinder now for.
That's cool.
If you're dating somebody.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do this blue, or do you want to do like a mint? The reason I
like
say
a mint?
that. Let's see. I want to see what.
You're thinking like one of these.
Yeah. I have one I just mixed.
I don't know. Because I just got done having green. That one's pretty too.
Isn't that so cute?
Yeah.
Let's do this one. And then we'll do this color for leaves.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty. Okay. Let's do
Okay. I want...
You know what I think would be hard is if that was your child.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
that would be very hard. I felt that like when they were talking about that Night Stalker guy, I did think for a bit, like if you were put yourself in like the family's shoes of his family, and like that would be really hard.
They didn't even talk about really what happened to his in his life, which I'm okay with, but that is part of like learning about a serial killer.
I think so, too.
There's this innate need to know where they came from and why they do that. So
I think so too.
Like you have to justify like, oh well, he was a killer because this and this and this happened to them, or because not just because they just decided they wanted to kill people.
Right.
Because we don't understand why. Do that.
And not that you're like, oh, you need to have a reason of why you would do something. But also, it's kind of interesting to learn their background of like what happened to them in their life.
There's a podcast I started listening to. A client told me to listen to it, called Serial Killer. I think it's just called Serial Killer. No, it's not serial. It's not serial. That one's different. Yeah. I think it's Serial Killers, or I'll have to look for sure. They go into detail about like what happened to them as children, and it is so disturbing 99% of the time. Really? I don't know how these poor people that do this podcast aren't traumatized, because I listened to a couple episodes and I'm like, oh my good Lord, these poor people. It makes you sad.
Like, it's not an excuse, because if somebody did something to one of my family members, I wouldn't think it was okay. Like, their childhood wouldn't be an excuse for me. But I feel bad for like that they have to go through such, like, some of them go through such a hard time in their life.
It's interesting to think about these people going through this stuff as they are children, and how much a childhood forms the rest of their life.
Right.
Like everything, you know. It's sad. It's insane.
Is sad.
So anyway, yeah.
I'll have to listen to it. You said it's a podcast.
It's a podcast. Yeah. I think it's called Serial Killer. Let me look it up. This color. Oh my gosh.
It is pretty.
Why are you so needy today, Sam?
I don't know.
Hey, Oliver, are you in here? Yeah. Go find out if the animals have good food and water, because Sammy is so whiny today. And I don't know what his deal is. Okay, I'm going to look up that podcast really fast to tell you. It's called Serial Killers.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like that.
Oh, okay.
Find out if they have food and water. Because Sammy is being really needy. Uh-huh.
He does?
Yep.
We have water and they have this.
Okay. Do that. Okay, then give Sammy some extra snuggles, because he's driving me crazy.
You need some attention. The cat's like, I'm just chilling.
Whoa!
Do that. Okay, do that. I need a new chair. It's really loud and squeaky. Oh my goodness, this day.
On the yellow one, don't do the glitter on.
Oh, you don't want to do the glitter?
No, I think because I did glitter on my nails last time.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna.
No glitter.
Yeah, no glitter on that one.
Okay.
I think but everything else is cute.
Do that.
Okay. What was the one on Hulu though that you were telling me to watch? Just barely. The show. What was it? I don't know, but I was gonna watch that one next. It was I added it to my list, so I know I have it on there. I just cannot remember. It was the one that kind of followed The Crown and the.
Oh, it was the documentary about. Was it the documentary about?
I think so.
Like Diana in her own words, I think.
Yeah. Yes. But I think they took it off. I don't think it's on there anymore. You can watch it on, but there's that other one that you were telling me about that's like,
Oh my gosh, The Crown. The Crown.
oh, so good. They won tons of awards.
They deserve it. It's so done so well. I was watching an interview that Prince Harry did with James Corden. And he was saying that, like, he doesn't mind The Crown. It's not accurate. Okay. So he was doing this interview with James Corden, and he said it's not entirely accurate, but I don't mind The Crown versus a documentary because people believe a documentary that's not accurate before they'll believe The Crown.
That's true.
And so I was like, well, that's actually really, interesting. And I don't know. I just loved him. He was so funny on that interview. I should show it to you. It was so funny. Of course, James Corden's always funny, but like, oh my gosh, Prince Harry, they just seemed like they were just having so much fun.
I know.
And he just moved to LA. And so.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I love The Crown.
So did you watch the interview with Meghan?
No.
I didn't either, but there's so much controversy about it, and I really want to listen to it. I want to watch it, the one with Oprah.
I haven't.
So many issues about, like, stuff that they both said and accused, like, they said that the family was like, well, I wonder what the skin color is going to be of the baby when their baby's born.
Oh my gosh.
But, being half black, half white, I understand. But I also my own self wonder what color, like what my kids' skin color is going to be like before they're born because my kids are different. Like they all tan differently. Some are lighter. One's as dark as I am. Like, so I don't know in what context it was said to make them feel offended. Because I don't feel like it's an offensive comment, if that makes sense. Only for the fact that, like, I'm like, ooh, I wonder if, this one's, like, if Layla's going to be as dark as Wyatt, like, but it's, that's not, like, I've never said it, obviously, in a racial way or in a prejudiced way about my own kids. Right. So I wonder, it almost seems like it was, I don't know if it was taken out of context or if they really felt offended or, felt like, somebody would say something like that about their child in a way that was,
I don't know.
Racist,
I gotta do your thumb. I don't know. I would think that, like, let me think. So me and Riley are totally white. Blonde hair, blue eye, whatever. Right. And so our kids are, it's easy for our kids to look like either one of us. Right. But my heaven forbid my kids look like Riley's family. They always are like, they look so much like Riley. I've never heard out of their mouths like, she looks just like you, or I've never heard that. And so I totally agree with you in that sense that, like, they're just wondering what the kid looks like. I don't know. It's hard, but that's the thing. It's hard for us to understand that they're so cold and callous. Right. But maybe they're not. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's hard to, and I would never say that, like, like I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying that.
I know.
They're,
But it's hard for us to believe that.
You don't
They could be that way.
Right.
Or they might be that way.
Right. Because, I mean, I want to say it's a legitimate question, but I also want to say that it doesn't matter, I guess, in the whole scheme of things, it doesn't matter the skin color of the child.
Right.
It really does not. But
that's a good point.
I also, and that's might be where they're coming from is like, what does it matter what color the child's skin color is, but I don't know how she, having a black mother and a white dad, doesn't think in her mind like, oh, I wonder if, you know,
Right. What color my kid will be.
Or
I mean, he's got red hair. Is it going to have red hair,
red
you
hair,
know?
or curly hair, or straight
Right.
hair, or like, you know, so that's why I kind of wonder if it was said, you know, not, and, you know, the way people say it makes a huge difference on the way they mean it, you know. I didn't watch the interview, so I need to watch the interview to kind of see how they both felt about it, because apparently he was offended as well. It wasn't just her. I don't know, but super interesting.
It is. And we're from the United States. What I don't understand about the crown and what confuses me is like, okay, so the queen is not, I mean, the queen has to answer to someone. Who does she answer to? You know, like, that's, I don't understand who controls and dictates the family other than her. You know what I'm saying? Is it the public?
Well, because they have,
I don't know.
They have the crown, so they have like the people almost like a.
Yeah, like, you know how when the sister wanted to get married and she wouldn't allow her to, the queen, but at the same time, like, who was she answering to? Do you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, because that's why they call it the crown, is because
Isn't your mom British?
No.
One of my friends' mom's British.
That would be cool. But they call it the crown because of that, I think, is how I understand it. Like I told you, I'm like, Prince of Wales, like, what does all that mean? I don't understand all that. But how I understood it is it's the crown because they have, like, all those people that are, that kind of meet almost like a Senate type thing. Like,
yeah.
they kind of they're like, she can decide, but then they also decide too. Like, I don't know if she gets like the final say, I guess. I don't know, but like,
I don't either.
It would, I that's how I kind of think of it, almost, is like, it's like a, I don't know.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird, but.
It's just weird, huh? Mm-hmm. And I love it.
I know.
Like, please give me more crown.
I know.
Love it.
I do too.
Love it so much. I'll tell you, though, I had a really hard time watching the end of it because I know that, you know, Diana will die and I'm afraid and sad and I don't know if I can handle it again. Oh.
I know. Same. 'Cause she was so cute.
She was so cute and, you know, and the children, oh. Mm-hmm. And I think even Prince Charles, like, he loved her in his own way, I guess. Like, I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Even though he was trying to live his life for everyone else. And, of course, people got caught up in that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know about you, but I have the biggest crush on the guy that plays Prince Charles. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh, I do. He's just so cute.
He is cute.
And they look so similar. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
need to wake up because I'm tired too.
You're way tired
I
today.
am tired. Are you guys doing anything for spring break?
Mm-mm.
Just hanging out.
Yep. I'm just going to work like I normally do.
I know we've never really gone anywhere for spring break because everybody's had sports and stuff to do, but we're finally gonna we're going to North Carolina to see my family, but
Your dad's family's from North Carolina. Where's your mom's family from?
here.
Utah. How did your mom become a Democrat?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Like, how is your mom a Democrat in Utah?
I don't know. Well, and it was different back then. I feel like it was so different than it is now, and people actually had respect for each other's party. Their parties actually,
Yes, I agree with that.
you know, they were more respectable. They made more sense, and now it's just a joke, really.
Yeah. Do you think the president's being coerced? Do that.
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either.
I don't even know what to think about.
Do that.
Only because I don't know.
I know, huh?
It's hard to know.
Actually, like trying to decide where to put this.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'll do it over here. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that.
I could take a nap today. Jeez. I need to wake up.
Do that. Do that.
Okay, so do you think
Do that.
that, because I know somebody, and it's not me, but I know somebody who's having to like relive their like things that they can't change that has happened in the past. And
Do that.
do you think that somebody should have to keep reliving something they cannot change but happened in the past? So like, do you think that that person should just the other person should let it go? Like they should let that go instead of keep bringing it up over and over again if you can't change it?
Like, what's the context?
Like if they did something for you that helped you through a hard time, but it was a sacrifice on their part. Do you think that person should keep bringing that up? Because you can't change the past, and that person accepted to do that for you. Do you feel like they should keep bringing it up?
Oh, I don't know. No.
Because I think it's different than like something you can change that you're doing now, you know, or that you continuously do, personality or like trait wise. But like if it's something that's out, like it happened in the past, that it doesn't happen anymore, I don't feel like that person should keep.
No. You mean like someone was doing drugs, say, and they gave him some money and it screwed them, and then they keep bringing it up? Is that what you're kind of saying? Do that.
No, like they did, like if they do something for you, like, you know, like give you a ride every day or whatever.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
that person's like, well, I had to give you a ride every day, like,
Right.
but that person accepted and agreed to do it.
Right.
But yet now, like,
You're in trouble for them giving you a ride every day.
Yeah. That kind of a thing. Or like they keep bringing it up. Like, do you feel like that person should have to?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. And that's kind of the advice I gave, but I
No.
don't know.
I had a client one time do that to me.
Really?
So she would always tip me this huge amount of money. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I always would tell her, like, don't give me all that money. Like, it's just a tip. And she'd always be like, oh, no, it's yours, whatever, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, then one day I could not get her in. There was just something I was doing, and I couldn't get her in. And she kind of threw that in my face, like, oh, I tip you, and so you should bend over backwards for me, kind of a thing. And I was like, but wait, why am I in trouble for that?
Right.
Like, why do it was not my decision, switch me to,
Yeah,
and
like
so
I didn't make you feel guilty for not tipping me, or tipping me small or big or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Like, I shouldn't feel guilty and bend over backwards for you. That was not my thing.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why people, do things, but then, out of the kindness of their heart, but then use it as a leverage for, like, I can, you owe me kind of a thing, Mm-hmm. I'd just rather somebody don't do it in the first place then.
That's how I felt. Do that. Do that. Okay, you want them shiny or matte?
Pretty matte, please.
I really want this brush to work, but I don't think it's gonna. To play with it some more. Everly. Do that. Evie, turn your thing down. I hope you can't even hear me. It's so loud.
So cute. Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
feels so much better.
I know, huh? Why were they so bad this time?
I don't know.
What have you been doing?
Well, I did clean my car, which I use. Like I feel like I use my nails a lot.
Yeah.
more.
Like that little, getting in little crevices and... I did do that. Evie!
Oh my goodness. How's she doing with her?
Evie's thing
YouTube
is up
channel?
so loud. Oh, there. Is that yours that's up so loud?
Mine is at 8.
Okay, open my door. Turn it down!
Oh, hi, puppy.
What?
Oh, hello.
It's time to eat lunch.
No.
You want some cereal? How about we eat some lunch?
I want to send this out to Kukan.
You're...
Fan, I mean.
Let's see it. Did you draw that?
Yes.
Wow, you're really good. Who is that?
It's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Oh, really?
And I just want to give it to her.
Go shut my door.
Good.
Okay.
You should take a picture and message it.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that?
I don't know. Your dress, the liner underneath your dress is pulled up.
Do you like to wear dresses, Everly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to wear like shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly like wearing dresses.
Layla likes to wear dresses too, but she forgets because I just hurry up and put clothes on her to go to school. And it's been so cold that jeans are just easy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw some jeans on her and call it good.
Look
You
how
want almond or peach?
Oh, please. That's so good, though. You're such a good drawer.
this feet looks dumb, but this one looks good.
I think you did a good job. That's really hard to draw like that.
Okay, just a minute.
Ooh, that's my favorite treat with a Dr. Pepper.
Ever did you do?
Yes.
Did you do her makeup?
Yeah.
So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But she messed it up.
No, she didn't. She looks beautiful.
Actually,
Lace, did you notice we pierced their ears? Oh, no.
You guys got your ears pierced?
Did you notice that they pierced me? I pierced their ears this weekend.
Did you? Do you love it?
Okay.
Yay.
Gotta get the final product.
So pretty.
I got
I love it.
ears pierced. It kind of hurt.
Okay, you're done. Do you want this file?
Yes, thank you. I will